Hello, we're going to make some German paper stars, also known as Froebel stars. They were not really invented by Mr. Froebel, but he was the inventor of kindergarten, actually, and he taught these a lot, and that's how his name got to it. But they're called German Swiss stars, Christmas stars, all kinds of different names, but they are so cool. And this, I'm just making a wishing jar, so all these stars can be put in there and wishes can be drawn from them. I just want to tell you, you need strips of paper. These are incredible. This company, I'm going to tell you, they're called Froebel Mint. And she's on Etsy, and it's she's on Etsy or Amazon. And her, I guess her name is Frances Martin, and her work is just, or her strips are great. These are a little bit. These are 5/8 inch, and I don't know what the length is, but you need two double-sided pieces of paper. This is also another one of hers, but they're nice because they make them nice and long, just ready for you to start making your strips. And the only other thing you'll need, so to make one of these, you need 4 strips, usually one color, and a pair of sharp scissors, and that's it. And then we'll get started. Paper stars, you need 4 strips of paper, preferably the same color, but these are being made in a second 2 colors because it just makes it easier to show the process. But you just want to fold them in half, get them all folded in half, and then you want to take all of your points and make points on the ends. It's just going to make the process easier. So just cut a nice point on the ends. That one's a little odd, so I'm going to fix that. And now you've got all 4 strips. I'm just going to lay them out. And I need to weave these 4 strips together. There's different ways to do it. Okay, so I'm just going to take one strip. I'm going to bring it down over. So basically, I'm kind of like have it on the outside of the strip here, and then I'm going to bring the pink strip, I'm going to bring it on the outside of this green strip, and then I'm going to take the next green strip and I'm going to take it and put it on the outside of the pink strip. And then the last one, the only time I do the last time, is I'm going to just put it in between this strip, and I'm going to just bring them all together until they lock. So just kind of pull the strips together until they lock, until you have a nice little compact little square. Okay, and now I'm going to take this green strip and I'm going to fold it down, and I'm going to fold the other green strip and fold it up. Now I'm going to take my pink strip on the right side and fold it I need to actually weave that underneath the green and pull it through. And I'm going to take my pink strip that's on the left side and I'm going to weave it through the green on the right side. And you can see it's like a pocket, so it's a lot tighter now because it's holding together. Now everything's locked together now. Okay, so we got that. Now we start in a very methodical way. We'll fold every other one. We're going to fold a point and go around clockwise as we go. So I'm going to take my top green one and I'm going to fold it backwards into an angle, perfect 45-degree angle. And then I'm going to fold it toward me, the same strip, and right along the edge where it all makes a nice point. And then I'll fold it right on itself. Everything is just really nice and even. And then I'll take this point. This long edge needs to go inside that pocket that's right here, that pink pocket. I'm just going to pull it through. And keep keep that point, push, pull, pull, pull. And when you pull it, just gently tug until the point is nice and evenly underneath. So now I'm going to turn this at a clockwise so that I have the next strip will be this pink one. And I'm going to move this green strip out of the way. And then I'm going to bring this pink strip, fold it behind me, or behind itself, not behind me, and then fold it toward that, fold that edge, that raw edge, and make a nice point, and then fold it over on itself and make a nice point. And again, I'm going to find that little pocket, and you can see there's a pocket right here, and I'm just going to bring that point right through that little pocket and weave that in, and just drag it, pull it through gently, and I've got that next one. I'm going to turn it at a 45-degree angle. I've got my pink strip. I got to move the pink strip out of the way. That's there. And I'm going to take my long green strip, fold it back on itself. And then I'm going to fold it toward itself. And then again on top, just fold it right over so that you get this beautiful point. And just kind of make sure all your strips are lined up before, everything's lined up before you make that final crease. Now I've got that, and I'll just take this point and I'm going to bring it in to slide into that pocket and pull through. And I'm going to turn again to my this pink strip. I'm going to fold the green one that's on top of it, just get it out of the way. And I'm going to just fold it backwards and then fold it forwards towards itself, and then fold it over on itself, lay it right on top. And then I have that little pocket to slide it into. And you can see it's going right through. Now do I have 4 yet? Okay, so I have 4 points right now, which is great. Now I'm going to put my, just fold them back, so that they're laying normal now. They're not folded back. So I've got my strips just laying like normal. And I'm going to just turn it over and do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to flip it, the whole thing over. And now I've got my next round of points to do. So I have this long strip that's on top. I'm going to fold it backwards, and you'll see it just lines perfectly with the point that's on the right side. I'm going to fold it backwards, and now I fold it toward itself. And then I fold it on top. And I'm going to tuck it into that, slide it right in. And then I'm going to turn it 45-degree angle. And this, now I have to move this out of the way because it's in the way. That little pink strip, I'm going to just slide it out or just fold it over. And I'm taking my long green strip, folding it backwards and folding it again towards itself, forwards. And then I will fold it on to itself. Just right on that. And I'll bring that end, bring it right through. And till I've got that one, and then I'm just going to do the same thing on all of the rest of the points. Remember to fold, go backwards on that fold the first time, and then come forward on the second fold. And you notice I haven't moved that strip, and it's in the way. So I'm going to take this green strip and move it out of the way. So now I'm ready to do the next step, because I wouldn't have been able to do it's pretty, the process, if you start to go wrong, it tells you right away. So I move that out of the way, and I'm going to fold this on top. And I just want to make sure that those folds are right, sharp and clean, because if it goes off a little, then the whole star is off. So now I've got that nice point, and I'll bring it back, and I'll pull this through into that slot. And then should sharpen that crease a little bit with my thumb. So now I have this one. I'm going to move my pink strip out of the way, because if it was in the way, I wouldn't be able to finish. And I take the top strip, fold it back, and bring the strip to fold it towards me and then on itself. And again, I'll just do it. Now this is in the way. I'll move that out of the way now just to show you so you can see. It's really important. You know you're doing it right, correctly. When you've got that long strip, and you see the point coming through that pink area. And usually these are made with one color. So but this was just done with two colors so you could see a little bit easier how things work. But the one color is sort of the customary way. So now, what do we have here? Do we have all 4? We have all 8. So I'm just going to put them all back. All the little strips are going to be folded back to the way they were. So if you can, they should be the same on both sides. So you'll have, it's kind of, now we're ready to make the 3-dimensional part. Okay, so the next step is we're going to make this 3D thing happen. And I'm going to start with this pink side. And I'm just going to move this green out of the way, because what we're going to need to do is get underneath. The points need to go underneath where I just folded that green. I need that point to go inside there. So I'm going to first do is I'm going to take my pink, and I'm just going to fold that strip just kind of at an angle back on so that it's at this angle. I'm just folding it like that. And then I'm taking the point without, this, see how it's hinging, and that's fine because it needs to be, because this is the part that's going to be sticking straight up. So I'm going to take this point and I'm just going to gently kind of drive it around. I'm not turning it. I'm just bringing it to this place to slide under, and you'll see it slides under nice and easy. And I'm going to zoom in a little so you can see. So now I'm going to just take this and push it right through. Now it's not going through for some reason. It's being stubborn, and I don't know why. Sometimes that happens. You just kind of take your finger and I've got to get it through there, and it's not going through. So there's something stuck. Let's find out what it is. See how it wrinkled that tip? All right, so I'm just gonna cut this a new tip, because that's just not gonna work. So real-time issue here. So it's not going through, and why it isn't, I don't know. So I'm gonna find out on this end why. Well, there it is. So it does go through. You can see my little thing went right through, and whatever happened, it just got stuck. So now I know I didn't do anything wrong. It was just something weird. Now that's happened before, where, you know, if you get stuck, you can actually do what I'm doing right now and slide it with underneath the thing that you're, just get it to go. And there now, I see the point coming through. So there's a solution to every problem. So now I'm going to pull it through, and now we're back on track. Okay, so I'm going to pull it, and there's my first point, standing straight up. You can see how it's kind of at an angle. So I'm going to keep this little folder handy just in case. So the next one will be, I'm going to fold it. So you just want to go to the next one and fold it backwards, or just kind of a valley fold back on itself. And I'm going to take this point, and it's a little wrinkly, and so hopefully it'll go through. And sometimes it's just good to get a good start, but there it went right through. And then I'm just going to pull that through. And just yank it as far as it goes, because then it will kind of lock into place. Same thing, we're going to use the next one. I'm going to move the green out of the way. And maybe just for fun, I'm going to give this a start just to make sure I get there. So now I'm going to fold this part backwards. Maybe it's good to have it on the table so you can see. Okay, bringing the point around and sliding it up and through. Okay, so now I just pull it until it locks into place. And the very last one, I'm going to do the same thing. Just fold it, kind of get that nice edge. Now before, I was making these without doing this fold, and they were a little tricky and they didn't work as well. So I'm just going to take this point and bring it around and in and under through that underneath slot, and you'll know it's right when it comes through that star point. And I'll just pull. Now I went too far, I pulled too far, but I'm just going to back up a little, and now I'm okay. So now I have that one side is done. So I'm just going to do the last side, and basically I want to make sure all my points are going, or my tails are going in the correct direction. And I'll start by folding I'll move this pink out of the way, and I'm going to fold the green point this way, and then just bring that point around and under that area. It's the only place that it could slide through, and then I'll pull. So I'm just doing the same thing on this side of the star. And I'll just turn clockwise. It's always good to just kind of keep your clockwise, or whatever way. If you don't want to do clockwise, counterclockwise is fine, but just keep everything in the same direction. Kind of makes it a little easier. I'm just going to bring this and fold, point that right through, and bring it in. And I'm going to turn it, move this out of the way. I'm going to fold that back on itself. And then I'm just going to bring that point through. And then you just pull it until it can't go anymore. And the last one, last but not least, I'm going to pull this through. Actually, the better crease, I think it works better if you give it a nice crisp crease, this one here. So I'm just folding it. You can see it goes here to here. And without turning the point, I'm just going to guide it right into that and slide through. All right, it's all finished. Now we just trim the ends, and your star is finished.